Hello everyone, my name is Cyrus Shackle with Top Line Results, and today we're going to take a look at working with ClickDimensions data within Dynamics 365's new unified interface. So I do want to highlight that a few things have changed between the classic interface and the new unified interface in Dynamics 365, so we're going to take a look at where the ClickDimensions related information can be found, and how we would take a look at the different areas that it can be accessed through. I do want to highlight that not all users in the system will have access to all of ClickDimensions features. So if you see some areas or buttons that I point out today that you might not have in your solution, you may just not have access to it because of your permissions. So don't feel that you have a bad ClickDimensions version or anything. Sometimes you might not have access to all the features that I'll demonstrate here. I also want to highlight that for sake of showing everything, I will be using the ClickDimensions application, which covers all of the ClickDimensions features. However, based upon your organization, you may have access to specific ClickDimensions features here in your side panel. So it is important that whatever app that you're set to use, you switch through some of the areas and you look for some of the ClickDimensions specific options that I'll be pointing out today. So just because you don't have access to the ClickDimensions app doesn't mean you don't have access to some of ClickDimensions features. Now that we've covered that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the data within ClickDimensions. As I mentioned, I'm going to do so by highlighting the ClickDimensions app. To get there, I'm going to click on this drop-down and choose ClickDimensions. You'll notice right away I have access to some of our CRM campaigns in the system, as well as access to ClickDimensions Marketing Calendar tool. Again, I do want to highlight that some of these options that I'll cover may be in your own solution side panel, so try to focus more on what the title is than where it's located. Under my messaging section, you'll see I have access to email information, such as being able to create a new email send, take a look at sent emails through the sent option, as well as take a look at any campaign automations we might have under the automations option. I can also view email statistics such as all the emails that we've sent, any errors or unsubscribes that we might have received, as well as being able to view my email analytics dashboard to get a better overview of how my emails have been sending. I can also take a look at SMS information as well as social media posts that are done through ClickDimensions. Moving on to my Web and Events tab, you'll see that I have the opportunity to add any forms or form captures, as well as being able to look at surveys and posted survey information, as well as any subscription information that we might have. I can also take a look at web statistics such as who's been visiting our pages and viewing them, as well as my web analytics dashboard to give me a complete overview of these options. You'll also see that I can see event information under my Events tab and see any events that might be related to ClickDimensions, as well as create new events. Under the Library tab, I have access to my Image Manager, which allows me to see any images I might have uploaded into the system, such as logos or other information that you might want to keep. Under my Audience section, I have access to my regular contact, lead, and account entities. You'll also notice that I have access to marketing lists that they might be a member of. If I wanted to import contacts and leads, I could also do so from this Import button that will allow me to import new contacts and leads into ClickDimensions. The final area that I want to highlight is the Settings and Support section. Now, in general, unless you're a systems administrator, you probably won't be needing to do much within this settings section. However, I do want to highlight that there are certain support options that you might see within your solution, such as the Help Center, Blog, Training, or Contact Us options. You can feel free to use these if you get stuck or want any additional information. So now let's do a quick review of what we've taken a look at with this video. We learned that we don't necessarily need to be in the ClickDimensions app to view ClickDimensions specific entities, so they can be littered throughout your sitemap. It's important that you page through the different areas in your sitemap and you try to look for different ClickDimensions options that you may have access to. If you don't see a ClickDimensions option that you think you should have access to, it may be that you just don't have permissions, so be sure to look everywhere within your sitemap if you think you have access to a specific ClickDimensions option. We also saw how we can page through these different areas and some of the major different ClickDimensions divisions. I do want to highlight that the emails section is particularly important, as well as your event section and their audience section as well. So take a note of what different ClickDimensions entities you can find within your own sitemap and what ClickDimensions features you may have access to. Well, I hope this video helped you feel a little more comfortable with moving around and using ClickDimensions within the new unified interface. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.